So let's talk about this for a bit because one of the big issues that I'm having right now is I'm seeing a lot of news about a new live action version. No, not the old live action version where they named the guy the wrong thing and did a lot of really bad things that we officially say does not exist. A new version that they want to say exists but twist things a little bit worse. If you're not familiar with it, Avatar The Last Airbender, and this is important because a lot of people think Avatar means blue aliens getting their cheeks clapped or something. I This is the original Avatar for me. This is the only Avatar for me. I don't know what James Cameron was smoking, but it was not good stuff. And Avatar is obviously this and this only. The original animation is much more like an anime than a lot of American cartoons in that it deals with different topics in ways that typical American cartoons do not. In fact, it's important to understand that American cartoons and the Nickelodeon actually stemmed originally from a lot of the artistic houses from Asia, from Japan, and so forth, because they wanted to do effectively a mass market version of that. And so you have to understand that Nickelodeon, they might have gotten lucky, they may have planned this out, I don't know. But I do know that they managed to get a great team of people together and they managed to build a franchise and a number of three different seasons of absolute wonder that you should be watching right now. If you've never seen it, go watch the original. If you need to subscribe for like $10 or whatever to a streaming service to do that, it is definitely worth your time just to watch this series alone. Give yourself a month to go through all three seasons, and at that point, cancel the subscription. And I guarantee you it will be worth the money. However, if you have already done this and you're already on the Avatar train, the fact is you may have a knowledge of the entire series already, and you may have already fallen in love with it. And if you've watched it and you haven't fallen in love with it, then what is wrong with you? But the big issue here is that they're trying to remake a version of it that's more, I don't know, Game of Thronesy, which I don't believe actually fits with the actual intent of the original studios. And while there are some hard moments in the anime, the fact is, I don't consider, how can I say this? It was meant to be a kids show, but there are many things in this show that I would not consider to be something for the overly young. There's a lot of concepts that I would perfectly be okay with watching. To be clear, if I had children, I would be okay with them watching this particular series at any age. However, I do believe that there are some concepts and things that will lead to greater discussion. And I don't believe that those should be watched or seen by children until the parents themselves are willing to dedicate the time and energy to answer their children's questions or initiate conversations about them in order to assure that the children understand the lessons in the right way. As a result of that, I actively believe that the current Avatar, The Legend of Aang, Avatar, The Last Airbender, whatever you want to call it, I believe this to be a kind of perfect thing on its own and very self-contained. Yes, I want more seasons. Yes, I want larger stories from those events. Yes, I want a third Avatar. Yes, I want to explore the history of the families and I want to understand how things ended up and I want to see the world that was created through the efforts of the Avatar. But I do believe that the series on its own is worthy of being self-contained. And I do believe that it has enough teachings and lessons that it's not just useful for kids to watch. It's something that can benefit adults as well. And so, as a result of this, when anybody tries to say that they want to build out a new version of this, it kind of tugs on my heartstrings a little bit because I I don't believe that they can perfect the live action version and stay true to the original content if they're actively looking to change it in any way. What I would love to see is a live action version that was a true reproduction of every single episode in the three series with the exact same time duration, exact same scenes, exact same word for word, everything. That might be fun to watch. But I don't believe that anybody would be willing to do that. And I believe that if they're going to try to do some, live action version of it, they're going to try to retranslate or they're going to try to corrupt the story in some way for personal gain, for profit, or unfortunately, to try to push political ideology that the original cartoon does not try to espouse. And so if you come at me with information about the new Avatar, I'm going to be sad because I already know it's going to suck. I already know that the source material is so much better than anything Netflix or any other house could do. And so, from my perspective, the things that the modern movie houses would consider to be controversial, such as Sokka's journey to becoming a leader and his initial misconceptions about gender equality and the initial things that he thinks about because he's forced by his tribe to be the leader at a far too young of an age and he didn't have strong male role models. And so there's so many things there that I could go into, but I won't. What I will say is that I really hope they don't do Uncle Iroh dirty. And if they do, that is something that will make the Fire Nation attack.